Hello out there. It's a new NFL season, which means it's a new MCC season, which means that it's a new season of the MCC News. I am your host, five-time MCC champion, Alan Morrow. So here we are. Our draft comes up in a couple days, here on Saturday, August 24th. This is going to be the draft preview show. A lot of things have happened between the end of the season when we crowned Lee as champion. We had our end of the year party, and we had our draft pick selection, and we're going to have our draft in a couple days. So it's time to get to it. Let's review and preview this draft. The draft order recap. This year, we selected our positions. The way we determined our order was an NFL draft questionnaire. We got to pick, I think it was about the first 15 picks. We tried to predict them, plus the Lions pick. And plus there was a couple other additional questions. And with that, whoever scored the most points got to pick their draft position first. With that, James won with a total of 140 points. The next highest was Jim at 129. James kind of dominated. The bottom of the barrel was Gabe and Ben with 104 points apiece. So with that, let's get to the draft order. Draft order, starting here. James decided with the first pick overall. Fun fact here, James, this is back-to-back seasons, he's had the first pick overall. But last season, he traded his first-round pick, so it went to actually Jeremy, who we all know flubbed his draft and ended up trading for Garrett Wilson with that first pick, and his season went down the drain. We don't need to rehash that trade all again. It is also James's highest ever draft position, because he didn't actually pick anybody last year, so this will be the highest pick he's ever had. So there you go, James. Congratulations. Next on in is Jim. Now we all know Jim delayed our draft selection by, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, because he refused to decide early July. So we all had to wait until towards the end of July or August. I forget the actual date pick, but he decided on the number 2 pick. Go figure. All that time just to take the second overall pick. With this is actually Jim's highest he's picked since 2017, when he was also the number 2 overall as well. So, a few years have passed. Jim, you're going to have your highest pick. No excuses this season. The next would be our favorite Adam Bink. This is the highest he's ever picked in the MCC draft ever since he's joined the league, this is going to be his 5th season. So happy anniversary, Binky. 5 seasons in the MCC, 0 championships, where you said you would get one very early on. You've kind of fallen off that promise. Next, Lee, our current champion, selected the 4th pick overall. This is 4 straight seasons Lee has picked in the top 5. His previous years were 5th overall, 1st overall, and 3rd overall, and now he's at the 4th overall. So there's a good chance if you're betting, he's going to get the 2nd overall next year. The next one, bit of a curveball here, because Tyra is the one that finished 5th in our NFL draft questionnaire, but he decided to take a later pick for no reason, which lands me at number 5. As I finished 6th, I had the next one, so I'll take the 5th overall pick. This is the first time I'm ever drafting in the 5th position. It's a whole new world for me. Whole new world, Aladdin. Check it out. It's a good movie. So we'll see what I can do. I've won the championship with other draft positions. Perhaps I'll win the championship in the 5th draft position as well. Next, Schrader. And it comes in at the 6th pick overall. Once again, it's interesting to see where Tyra lines up. But Schrader, 4th time picking from the 6th position, and this is his 12th year out of the 13 years of MCC. So, side note, MCC 13th year, we made it a baker's dozen. Congratulations to all of us. This is also the highest he's ever selected in the MCC out of his 12 years. He did have the number 2 pick in 2022, but he had traded that away during the season. So that pick, I believe, actually went to Will. But so Schrader, he loves the middle of the drafts. Once again, 4th time he's picking from this 6th position, which is the highest he's ever picked a player. Next, Tyra. He finally slides in. He got to pick number 5, but he decided from the number 7 slot. Very, mystery. Almost, let's see if he has something up his sleeve here. It's a very weird thing to do. Second time in 3 years he is drafting from the number 7 spot, which is his second lowest, tied for his second lowest draft position of all time. This shows you how good Tyra's had in our draft selections. His lowest was 2018 with the number 11th pick overall. So Tyra is the only other multi-time champion in this league. Perhaps he thinks he's lucky number 7 and will bring him a 3rd championship. Next, everyone's favorite, Doug. Doug took the 8th selection overall. This is the 7th time drafting number 8 or later in his 12 years in the league. He just has no draft luck whatsoever. So Doug, he's used to being later in the drafts. He has traded away his number 8 selection and to the number 12 selection to Gabe. Now he's actually drafting number 12, which is a draft spot he's never had. So maybe that's going to be his lucky spot this year, which comes into number 9 here, Jeremy. Number 9 overall. 3 out of 4 seasons where he's drafting number 9 or later. He drafted 9th overall in 2023 and 10th overall in 2021. And in 2022, that one that he didn't have a 9 or later, he was actually number 8. So for the past few years, he's not had great draft luck with his draft position, even though he's had the 1st overall pick. And once again, we all know how that happened. So still, no matter where he drafts, it looks like he has bad luck. The next, Will. And this is at number 10. This is the lowest Will has ever drafted. He was number 9 in 2021 and 2015. And he was number 8 in 2012, which was our first season ever. So this is the lowest Will has ever been in a draft position. So maybe this will, once again, be his luck to get into the championship circle. Next is Ben at number 11. And this is Ben's first ever MCC draft. Ben took over for Cortez middle of the way through last season. And he's following right in Cortez's footsteps. That he took over Cortez, and Cortez had 5 times drafting number 11 or 12 in his 12 seasons. So for this franchise here, this will be the 6th time in 13 years. So Ben's following Cortez's footsteps. Perhaps he'll follow in his footsteps to a championship. Last is Gabe. Gabe's the only other one besides Tyra that drafted out of order of where they were able to. He was the number 11 overall when it came to total points. He selected number 12 position to get those back-to-back turns. But Gabe has traded with Doug. He's moved up in the draft to the number 8 spot, so good for him. He also drafted he also had the number 12 spot in 2019. He's now drafting number 7 after that trade, which is actually his average starting draft position over his 13 years here. So that's our draft overall. So next, let's go to keepers. Who are they? Real quick, summary here. James has kept Kyron Williams and Sam Laporta with the 7th and 9th round picks. Jim has kept Puka Nacua and CJ Stroud with the 7th and 11th round picks. Adam has kept Ayuk and Achan for the 4th and 7th round picks. Lee has kept Rashad White and Isaiah Pacheco with 5th and 7th round picks. This is Rashad White's 2nd straight season being kept by me last year, traded to Lee. And this is Pacheco's 2nd year kept in the league, with Lee keeping him both times. Next, myself, I kept Justin Jefferson in the 2nd round and Kyler Murray in the 12th round. This is Justin Jefferson's 4th time being kept, first few times with Cortez, the last couple by me. Schrader has kept Raheem Mostert with the 8th and Rashid Rice with the 9th round pick. Doug has kept Zay Flowers with the 6th and Dalton Kincaid with the 11th. Tyra has kept Pickens with the 4th round pick, and QB Richardson with the 6th round pick. Jeremy has kept Garrett Wilson with his 5th pick, and he was able to trade and acquire a 2nd round pick, which he decided to keep Breece Hall as well. Will has kept Amon-Ra St. Brown with the 3rd round pick. This is Amon-Ra's 3rd straight time being kept. Going back to Jeremy's, this is Garrett Wilson's second straight year being kept. Ben has kept Devonta Smith with the 3rd round pick and Cole Kmet with the 10th round pick. Gabe comes in with Nico Collins with the 12th round pick and Chase Brown with a 13th round pick. So overall, we had 3 QBs, 7 running backs, 10 wide receivers, and 3 tight ends kept. We have 4 players kept with an average draft position, ADP, of the 1st round. Will with St. Brown, myself with Justin Jefferson. Jeremy has 2 with the Jets, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson. 4 players who had a 2nd round average draft position. James with Kyron, Jim with Puka, and Adam with Ayuk and Achan. And then there's 3 3rd rounds, 3 4th rounds, 4 5th rounds with average draft position, then 1 6, 1 7, 1 8, 1 10, and 1 11. So now that we know all the keepers, some of the things with keepers, now let's ask the question on everybody's mind. Nice keeper, but what's the value? So overall, we went from the average draft position to where they're going to be actually kept in our draft, and counted how many spots essentially you saved on that player or gained on that player. The overall leader in this was Gabe. Between his 2 keepers, Nico Collins and Chase Brown, he gained 136 draft spots. There's a plus or minus probably of 1 or 2 on here as well. So Gabe had 136 overall spots gained by his 2 keepers. Next was Jim with Puka and CJ Stroud, gained 135 spots. James is the next with 123 spots saved. Those are the top 3, the only 3 that broke over triple digits into the hundreds. Next, Doug with plus 96, Alan with plus 80, Adam with plus 75, Lee plus 62, Jeremy plus 61, Schrader plus 30, Will plus 26. He's the only one who did keep only 1 keeper. So if he had maybe a second one, he'd probably be a little higher up. The bottom 2, Tyrod, -5 spots. And then Ben, -29 spots. Both of Ben's players kept the pick that he's using them to keep them. Their average draft position is actually behind. Devonta Smith is being kept at 3rd round, 11th pick. His average draft position is 4th round, 9th pick. Cole Kmet kept at 10th round, 2nd pick. Average draft position is 11th round, 9th pick. And Pickens is the one that hurts Tyra, being kept at the 4th round, 5th pick. Average draft position is 5th round, 10th pick. Now, average draft positions in our leagues are a little skewed because of our keeper rules plus 2 rounds, but still, you guys have negative values. Overall there, the top 5 players valued keepers are Nico Collins with 100 spots gained by Gabe. Next is Doug's Dalton Kincaid with 81. CJ Stroud has 76 spots gained for Jim. Then James has Laporta with 71 spots. And then Kyler Murray kept by me with 64 spots. The 5 lowest is Cole Kmet at -19, Pickens -17, Devonta Smith -10, Rachaad White 14 spots, Raheem Mostert 12 spots, and actually tied with Raheem Mostert was Richardson with 12 spots for Tyra. So that's some of the most valued keepers. It's as you see, Ben in his first league, he has some learning to do. Tyra, no excuses. And then congratulations on Gabe having the best keeper, Nico Collins. What a great find last year. Well, that ends our MCC News. Well, our draft's in a few days. Good luck to everybody. Get those mock drafts done. I hope to all you guys have horrible drafts and myself had the best draft. So, until then, see you at the next segment.